How's it going, ladies and gents? It's Flack. Here we have episode 15 of the Crysis 3 playthrough series. This is probably going to be the last episode. Actually, it's going to be, because 15's a nice round number, even though it's an odd number. But 15's a nice number. And not to mention, we're literally probably like one more CEPH mind carrier away from the boss, so let's continue.
You have something, Prophet. Something the CEPH will never have or understand.
You know what? I'm using the pistol.
Watch this!
Liberty beam now at 81%. Estimating power index. Tachyonic particles. Predict warship exposure. ETA 15 minutes.
I like how the CEPH just blow apart. Ew. What's that? Right now my suit's supercharged, so I don't really have much to worry about.
External power source completed.
Oh, right there. That's nice.
There must be another mind carrier nearby.
Who's shooting at me? Oh. Okay, I'll be honest, there's one problem with the pistol. It's like a 50 caliber gun. It's really loud. That battery looked like a Duracell. Not sponsored. Those. No grenades. Wait, I'm supercharged. What am I? Oh, no, wait. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That was close.
Wish there ain't no human being anymore.
You don't have a name.
Is it even easy?
Jesus Christ, look at you now!
You expect me to break because of what I've given up? Is that it? Let me show you what this machine can do!
I'll be honest, I feel like I'm overpowered. I don't feel like this is much of a struggle. Oh wait, I'm supposed to be over there. Whoops. I'll take those.
Son of a bitch. You and me. Just like you planned, huh? Come on!
I don't think he can kill me right now. I'm supercharged. Let's see. Can he? Yes, he can. Okay, we've established that. Okay, so I'm not invincible. I just can't take damage very easily.
Son of a bitch. You and me. Just like you planned, huh? Come on!
Oh!
This suit is mine! We evolved your technology!
Give me
I
that.
can take double anything you can!
Come on, buddy, where are you? Where'd he... Where is he? He's hiding. Oh well. my grenades just passing through him? Yeah, that's like shooting a toothpick at him. Place where the boss will get hurt.
No, I'm not like you. Not like you at all. I'm better than you. Let me show you what I can do.
Ah, there he is. That was a weird graphical bug.
This one's for Raptor Team, you son of a bitch.
He did.
Michael, get out of there!
trapped. This fucking harness is stuck.
Was that held up with the tape?
Michael! Hold on! I'll get you out!
There's no time. We're too late. They're through.
I'm gonna get you out of there!
Prophet! Marge! Hold on!
Michael! The suit! I can't...
Damn it, Barnes! It was never just about the suit! Barnes! Barnes!
What are you prepared to sacrifice? When they came to me with the nanosuit, I sacrificed Lawrence Barnes, the man I was, to become Prophet. Maybe the greatest tactical combat machine the world has ever known.
Just following orders.
Is it even human?
You might as well be a fucking machine.
But when you've sacrificed everything you had to become a perfect, cold, hard, logical machine, and that machine fails, what happens then?
Marge! Hold on!
Everybody has a choice.
When Prophet fails, what's left?
You have something, Prophet.
Marge! Hold on!
Something the CEPH will never have or understand.
It was never just about the suit! Marge! Hold on!
Now, in the PlayStation 3 version, when that happened, the press to enter game queue did not come up. I thought that was the end of the game when I was playing the PlayStation 3 version, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. That was an awesome ending, but it's gonna end like that? But that's when the press X, I think, to continue the game, or press start, something like that. Let's continue.
No!
The nanites in your suit are free. They can transform into anything, any form imaginable. Archangel. Total orbital annihilation.
This thing ain't very secure. Ooh, that seems familiar now, does it, guys?
First week of boot camp, they taught us a lesson. A good soldier knows there's only one thing he can rely on when the chips are down. Not his cutting-edge intel, not his state-of-the-art equipment, not his top-of-the-line weapon, just himself. Took me a long time to remember that. For now, the war is over. I made mistakes along the way, but after all, I'm only human. My name is Lawrence Barnes. They called me Prophet.
I've destroyed that hut about 20 times. There's no way that thing is still standing.
Remember me.
And that was it, guys. That was the end of currently the end of the Crysis series. In my opinion, it's one of the most awesome game trilogies that have been made. Now, I'll be honest, the voice acting, like Claire's voice actor in this game, was, in my opinion, overly dramatic, not very good. In my opinion, I don't mean any harm in that, but the game has always had this kind of like almost like dark comical part of it, where, you know, Nomad in the first Crysis, he said, if it's any consolation, the nanosuits that they're using looks like they're cheap knockoffs. Now, I added a little bit of paraphrasing there to give it some context, but yeah, that was the voice acting can be either really good in this game or really bad. Graphically, it's Crysis. It can melt computers. Actually, we are running at, let's see, GPU temp 56 degrees, and I'm pretty sure I've seen that 70 degrees at some point. It's a relatively warm room in here. It's a high flow case. The game runs magnificently. I didn't run it at maximum settings, just because I think, one, there is a little bit of poor optimization in this game, which causes it to judder a little bit, so I didn't put it to max, so that way we could stay at 60 frames for a little longer. But yeah, it in my opinion, it runs like a top, and once in a while it hiccups a little bit. Weaponry feels great, nanosuit feels great, everything about this game is nice. It's not like the original Crysis. The original Crysis was a feat in all of its own. It was like the Half-Life 1 of gaming. Half-Life 1 was the pinnacle of first-person shooters when it came out. In fact, it was like one of the first, in a sense. But the same thing with Crysis. It's graphically intense as all heck. I remember playing Crysis 1 on 6800 Ultra, I believe. In fact, a lot of you might remember this. My channel first started out playing games, and I was playing Crysis 1 with everyone's worst fear is putting the camera in front of the computer and recording it that way. I was an idiot. But I remember playing that game and it looked beautiful. It ran relatively decent at okay settings. That was back when I didn't realize that resolutions impacted frame rates. So I was like, okay guys, I'm going to put on 800 by 600 considering it makes it run better. But what I didn't realize is it was making the game look worse. But yeah, Crysis 2, I played that on PlayStation 3. That was also a good game. In my opinion, that was a more Call of Duty-esque kind of game. It opened up the Crysis series again, because Crysis 1 kind of ended with flying back to the island, and I think that they could easily make a game like Crysis, I don't know, call it the Lost Island or something, I don't know. But they could easily have another Crysis game revolved around being inside the energy sphere that the original CEPH litho ship made in Lingshan. That they could easily make an epic game with that. But it's this game is just, it has so many facets. Comical, dark, funny, a little bit it's a little bit of everything. So I'm going to end the recording right now and then start it up again when the mini-movie happens, because we get a little bit of closure what happened to Psycho. So hold on a moment. Actually, you know what? I'm just want to continue talking until this finishes. Another thing that I didn't notice when I first played through it, I think I played through this game like 3 times and then I noticed it. In the beginning movie of the intro movie for the game, you could actually see Archangel in Prophet's visor. The entire time it showed you how the game was going to end. And that was a pretty good writing tactic by them. That was incredible, I guess, cinematography, we could say. But at the end, we also got a little bit of closure from one of the past characters, Tara Strickland, I believe her name was, and she's a senator, I think the radio said. Overall, this game kind of sews everything back together. There's some holes here and there, like, you know, there was one part where we saw a nanosuit user in one of the skinning labs, and I personally think that's Nomad. Oh wait, who is Kosha Engler is Claire. She was a little bit over dramatic in my opinion, but again, I have no room to talk. I'm not a voice actor. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, there's some holes in this, the story and the game and all that. But it seems to have covered most of it and kind of given Crysis its final send-off, because they're not really thinking about making a Crysis 4. I think there was something along the lines that Prophet's story was over. They might have another story in the same kind of universe of Crysis, but yeah, it's a pretty awesome game. I highly recommend it. Just make sure that you have some decent hardware and decent running hardware. It's got to be definitely cooled very well. Alright, I'm gonna end this till we see that mini movie.
Holy shit, what was that? Can you see anything? Move! Watch the door! Watch the door!
Good evening, members of the board.
Uh-oh.
I was a guest at one of your hospitals a little while ago. And I'd like to make a complaint.
Not good for him. Well, there we go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's gotta be one of my favorite games. And the only thing I forgot to mention is Crysis 3 was like the perfect, well, not perfect, nothing's perfect, the almost perfect combination of Crysis's sandbox and Crysis 2's linearity. I think it's wonderful. Thank you for watching.